Hello students, I am before you in this Gyan Ganit channel with new topic, that is data interpretation. First of all, I would like to explain what is the weightage of data interpretation in most of the management entrance examinations. So if I talk about data interpretation, this is the whole syllabus, suppose, and this syllabus can be divided into three main areas. The first one is quantitative aptitude, or we can say the mathematics area. The second one is verbal area, and the third one is reasoning and data interpretation area. So if I talk about the whole syllabus, the 1/3 weightage goes to this, then 1/3 weightage goes to this, and roughly 1/3 weightage goes to this reasoning and data interpretation area. So these both cover 1/3, means this data interpretation is roughly 1/6, that is 16 to 17% approximately. That is the weightage of this data interpretation is the syllabus of the management entrance examinations. Now if we talk about the toughness of these areas, then that depends on an individual, and that differs from person to person or student to student. But usually I found that this is the area, data interpretation, which everybody is comfortable in that, and everybody can score good in data interpretation. Some find very much difficulty in verbal area, and some students find very much difficulty in mathematics area, those who are from non-maths background. But data interpretation is the area where everybody may be comfortable by little practice. So first of all, I would like to explain you some basic mathematical techniques which is used in data interpretation, or I can say without those techniques one cannot go through the data interpretation techniques questions and can't understand and solve the problems. Now what are those things which I need to explain you? The first one is types of graphs. What types of graphs you will find here? The first one is bar graph. Why we need to represent the data in this form, graph format? Guys, rather than text form, if we represent data in diagram formats, as you might have listened in TV, newspaper, TV channels, etc., when you see the news, then if rather than text form, if it is given in the graph format, then it is more comfortable or convenient to understand the data given in the news. So in bar graph, we make some bars to give some informations related to what? Guys, I would like to say one more thing to you, that whenever you will become CEO of the company, then the two main areas which we study here will be required more in comparison to that mathematics area. One is communication, for that you are studying verbal, and the other one is that data interpretation area. Now what you study regarding the companies, the profit of the company, the cost price of raw material, what about the production, what about the taxes, what about the land available, what are the market scenario for rate of interest in the market, rate of interest in the banks. Is that clear? So there are many things. How much will be the sale, how much will be the production next year, how much expected, or how much production will increase in comparison to the previous year, how demands will affect the market scenario. All these things are there, for which we have to make diagrams, we have to analyze data, and we have to collect all the data so that we can understand and grasp, and we can present properly this data in proper format of the companies. So these are the bar graphs. So bar graphs represent sales, production, or profit, anything. So this way we can represent in bar graphs. And there is one more, that is the line graph. So that also we can join some points to represent the things. So this type of graph is line graph. Now one is pie chart, that is very famous. So this pie chart means the central angle is 360 degree, and if I say the whole angle, that is 360 degree, if I say the whole percentage, then it is 100%. Is that clear? So there are many examples you will find in magazines also. You will find such things, that suppose how the earning of government rupee comes from which source and rupee goes in which investments. So this way pie chart can explain the data. So one is bar graph, one is line graph, one is pie chart, one is radar graph, one is triangular graph. There are many types of graphs are available here in the data interpretation problems. So first of all, I would like to explain those techniques which are used here, and without them you won't be able to solve the problems. The first one is how to calculate percentage. And what is percentage? Guys, what is 5%? It's very clear to you that it's 5 upon 100. You can remove this percentage sign, and this you can write 5 divided by 100. So can I say it's 1 by 20, right? So if 1 is written, then I can write it as 100%. If 2 is written, then I can write it as 200%. 3 is written, then I can write it as 300%. Is that clear? Now, if there is a number, suppose x, and if someone is asking that what is 400% of x, so that is 4x. 400% of x means x into 400%. So that x multiplied by 400 divided by 100, so that I will get 4x. If 400% of a number is to be determined, it means it's 4 times. And if it is asked that this 400% of a number is what percent more than this number, so that is the answer is 300%. Is that clear? If someone asks you 500% of a number is what percent more than that number, the answer should be 400%. Is that clear? Now, if 1 is 100%, then what is half? The half is 50%. Is that clear? What is half again? 1/4, that is equal to 25%. What is half again? 1/8 equal to 12.5%. Again, if I make half, then 1 by 16 equal to 6.25%. Is that clear? If I say what is 1/3? 1 by 3, 1/3, that is 33.33%, guys. What is 1 by 6? If I make it's a half, then it's 16.66%. Is that clear? So this is 1 by 6. Then what is 1 by 12? Again I make half, so 8.33%. Now what is 1 by 24? So I can say it's 4.16%. So that way we can determine many things, and some you have to remember. For example, that is 1 by 7, that is 14.28%. So what is 1 by 14? Just a half of it, that is 7.14%. So 1 by 28, what is that? It's a half, 7.14%. So it is 3.57% approximately. Is that clear, guys? Now what is 1 by 9? 11.11%. What is 1 by 11? 9.09%. So whenever you solve the problems, you will lot of required these things when you solve problems, and your speed purely depends on how you can solve these very fast. Is that clear? Now remember this result also. 1 by 17 is 5.88%. Then 1 by 19 is 5.26%. Is that clear? So there are certain results from which others can be determined. If we have 1 by 17, then 1 by 34 can be determined. If we have 1 by 19, then 1 by 38 can be determined. Is that clear? So this way, do remember all these percentage values so that you can manage the problems easily. Now move on. Sometimes we need approximations here. Now what is approximation technique? I would like to explain. When the answers are far apart, then approximation helps a lot to you. Now look here. The question is 283 divided by 1983. The answer options are 12.7%. The second one is 14.3%. And the next one is 13.6%. And the next one is 15.1%. So what is the answer among all these things? If you actually divide this expression, then it takes longer time. So I will explain what to do. Now first of all, I would like to explain this thing. 576, what is 1% of this thing? First of all, what is 10% of this? So that is 57.6. If 10% is required, replace point here after one digit from the top right. Is that clear? If I ask that what is 1% of this, then put your point here, that is 5.76. If someone is asking that what is 100% of this, 100% of this is equal to itself, that is 576. Is that clear? If someone is asking that what is 50% of this, then that means that is half of this thing. Is that clear? So if I divide by 2, what do I get? 2 to the 4, then 1 to 8 the 1, 6 to 8 the 16. So that way we can determine. Now how I will use these techniques in solving this question? You see, this 283 divided by 1983, the nearest round figure number near to 1983, I can write 2000. You can take any number, but this is convenient to take 2000 here rather than 1990. Is that clear? Try to take as many zeros as possible, because I want to calculate answer in percentage, so 20 will be cancelled finally. Now one more thing, 2000 is how much percent more than this 1983? So how much percent is next stage? How much more? First you calculate how much more. So 1983 plus 17, so that is 17 more. Is that clear? Now tell me one thing, what is 1% of this number? 198.3? Yes, no. What is 10%? Sorry, what is 10% of this number? 198.3. And what is 1% of this number? 19.83. And how much I am increasing this number? That is 17. So which is nearly 1%? Yes, no. Or I can say slightly less than 1%. And if denominator I am increasing 1%, then the numerator also has to be increased by 1%. So this is very important concept you need to understand. Now, if I increase this number 1%, what is 1% of this? 2.83 means approximately 3. 283 plus 3 is what? 286. Now the only thing is to calculate this thing, and I want the answer in percentage, so multiply by 100. So 20 cancels with 20. 286 by 2, what is that? 286 divided by 2 is 143. Yes, no. And 1 0 is also this. So 14.3% is my answer, this one. Is that clear? So if you will do practice, then that will be very easy in comparison to actual solving. Is that clear? One more question I would like to explain to you. See one more question. 234 divided by 918. 234 divided by 918. Is that clear? The answer is 0.19, 0.25, 0.29, 0.34. My answer is not in percentage. I just need its actual value. That's it. Now what to do? This is 918, right? Now what approximation we should take? It is not compulsory that you take near value. You can take far value also, wherever you are comfortable. I am comfortable with 1000. I am taking 1000. So 918 and this is 1000. So 1000 is how much more? 82. Yes, no. 82 is more. Now 82 is what percent of this number? That is my question. The 10% of this number is what? 91.8. So this is not 10%. This is slightly less than 10%. Yes, no. Because my increase is here 82. Okay. So if I am increasing 10%, this, just a minute, 10% of this number is 91 approximately. So 918 plus 91 will be more than this 1000. Okay. So if I increase this approximately 10%, then I have to increase the numerator also by 10%. What is 10% of this number? That is 23.4. Yes, guys. So 234 plus 23.4, roughly I add 23. What do I get? That's 7, then 5, then it's 257. Is that clear? Now what is my answer? 0.257. So what is the nearest answer option? This one, 0.25. That is my answer. So guys, this way you can manage the problems. One more problem I would like to explain you. See this question. Double 131 divided by 2971. Is that clear? No. 1131 divided by 2971. Guys, your answer options are 0.31, 0.34, 0.37, 0.41. These are the answer options. Once again, we are going to apply the same techniques here. See, this is 2971. The nearest integer I am writing, that is nearest round figure number, that is 3000. Is that clear? It is how much more than this 2971? Approximately 30. Don't write exact value, approximately 30. And 30 is what percent? 1% of this. So I am increasing my denominator by 1%. So I have to increase my numerator also by 1%. What is the 1% of this? That is 11.31. So 1131 divided. If I am adding 11.31, that is approximately 11. So what do I get? 1142. Yes, no? Now, if I divide 1142 by this 3, okay, so don't take tension of these 3 zeros. Divide 1142 by 3. 3 3s are 9, 2, 4, 3 8s are 380 approximately, and if 3 zeros are affected, then this is 0.38. Is that clear? What is the approximate value of this? 0.37. Is that clear? This is my answer. So I don't think there should be any problem in solving such problems. Yes, guys. Now, suppose the sale of a person is like this: 275, 380, 415, 282, 213. These are the yearly sales. This is for year 2000. Suppose this is for 2001, then 2002, then 2003, then 2004. Now, there should be practice of such questions that the sale of this year is what percent more than this year? Yes, no. And the sale of this year is what percent less than this year? So when we are to calculate what percent more, then first of all we have to calculate how much more. So 380 minus 275. Is that clear? So it's 105 divided by, what is the base? 275. Is that clear? So we want the answer in percentage terms. Is that clear? Now once again, if we solve it, actually it takes longer time. So what to do? Again we apply approximation techniques. What to do? Suppose this one is 300. So how much I am increasing it? 25. If I am in 275 and 300, I am increasing it 25, and 25 is how much percent? Approximately 10%. If denominator I am increasing 10%, then in numerator also I have to increase by 10%. So it's a 10% is what? 10.5. So 105 plus 10 approximately, that is 115 multiplied by 100. So 20 cancels with 20, 115 by 3. So 3 3s are 9, 2 5, 3 8s are 24, 38 point something. That is my answer. So that way we can calculate the answer. Is that clear? So there are many much things, many things here which we need to calculate. We need to understand with the help of short tricks. Look here. Suppose 3 power 1 by 3. You are facing this problem. You have to calculate this thing. Then how to calculate? Suppose I am giving you some options, that 1.33, 1.44, 1.55, 1.66. These are the options. What is the value of 3 to the power 1 by 3? Now see how beautiful is the approach. One approach is this, ki make cube of all these options, then where you are getting 3, that should be the answer. So that is not advisable, it takes longer time. So what to do? Now look here, 3 power 1 by 2, that is root 3, we know that nearly equal to 1.732. Yes, no? So can I say 3 power 1 by 2 is nearly equal to 1.728, as there is no much difference, 7.3 and 7.2. Yes, no? So can I say this is approximately equal to this? Now 3 power 1 by 2 is nearly equal to, I know that the cube of 12 cube is what? 1728. So 1.2 cube is 1.728. Yes, no? So can I say this is 1.2 whole cube? If I take this 3 that side, and if I take this 1 by 2 that side, if I take 3 this side, then it will become 1 by 3, and if I take this 1 by 2 that side, then it will be 2. Just a power when changes transfer from one side to another side, then it becomes reciprocal. So 3 to the power 1 by 3 is nearly equal to 1.2 square, that is 1.44. This is my answer. So guys, sometimes we can apply such techniques to get our answers. Now how to apply the techniques, I would like to explain with the help of one problem, that how approximation helps us in solving the problems. Now look here, I would like to explain one problem, and then I will show you how I am going to apply approximation technique there. Now see the question. The question is 1 upon 3 square minus 4 plus 1 upon 7 square minus 4 plus 1 upon 11 square minus 4 dash 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 up to 1 upon 39 square minus 4. My answer options are 40 by 41, then 20 by 41, then 30 by 41, then 10 by 41. That is the answer options. Is that clear? Now look here, 1 upon, first I would like to explain you the traditional approach, what people do usually in this question. Those who do, okay, sometimes they leave the questions, that's a different thing. So 3 square minus 2 square, so 1 upon 7 square minus 2 square plus 1 upon 11 square minus 2 square, so that way it goes on. So last term would be 39 square minus 2 square. Now I can apply the formula a minus b into a plus b, a square minus b square, so 3 minus 2 would become 1 and 3 plus 2 becomes 5. 7 minus 2 becomes 5 and 7 plus 2 becomes 9. And 11 minus 2 becomes 9 and 11 plus 2 becomes 13, that way. So 39 minus 2 becomes 37 into 39 plus 2 becomes 41. Is that clear? Now this is the series. Now 1 upon 1 into 5 I can write this way, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 5. Guys, you can write split this way. If the gap of these two is 4, then you can write 1 upon 4. If you take LCM, you can get same thing again. 1 upon 4, then 1 upon 5 minus 1 upon 9. That way you can write. Is that clear? The last term would be written as 1 upon 4, 1 upon 37 minus 1 upon 41. If I take 1 upon 4 common throughout, then what do I get inside the bracket? 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon 5 minus 1 upon 9 dash 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 1 upon 37 minus 1 upon 41. So guys, this minus 1 by 5 cancels with this 1 by 5, this minus 1 by 7 cancels with plus 1 by 7 coming, and this cancels with the previous term. So what we are getting, the remaining thing is 1 by 4, 1 minus 1 by 41. So what do I get? 1 by 4 multiplied by 1 minus, that is 40 by 41. So this 4 cancels, and then 10 by 41 is my answer. That is this option is my answer. Which option? The 10 by 41, that is the fourth option is my answer. Is that clear, guys? Now how can we solve this problem mentally without this much work? I would like to explain that. See, this is 3 square. 3 square minus 4, so 9 minus 4, that is what, 5. So this is 1 by 5. 1 by 5, can I say this is 20%? Yes, no? This is 7 square. 7 square minus 4, 49 minus 4, that is 1 by 45. 1 by 50 is 2%, so 1 by 45 is nearly 2%. Yes, no? 11 square is 121 minus 4, that is 119. 121 minus 4, 117, right? So 1 upon 100 is 1%, so 1 upon 117 is approximately 1%. Even it is less than 1%, and the coming terms will be very, 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 very less. So approximately what percent I am getting? 20 plus 2, 22 plus 1, 23. So approximately, can I say this is 25%? Yes, no? Now look here, 40 by 41, it is nearly 1. So can I say it's 100%? 20 by 41, it is nearly 20 by 40. So it's 50%. 30 by 41, so it is nearly 30 by 40, so it is 75%, and this is 10 by 41, that is nearly 25%, because it's nearly 10 by 40. Is that clear? So 25% is my answer. So this way directly I can determine the answer by applying these techniques. Is that clear? No, not only in this problem, but in the bigger problems also we will be able to apply these techniques here. So look here, one more question, the last question I would like to explain in this session, that 1 plus 4 upon 7 plus 9 divided by 7 square plus 16 divided by 7 cube plus 25 divided by 7 power 4 plus dash 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 up to infinite. The answer options are 27 divided by 14. The second option is 21 divided by 13, then 49 divided by 27, then 256 divided by 147. So guys, first of all I would like to explain how to solve this question actually. So suppose this series is S, sum is S, I am writing S, so I can write S by 7. That is equal to 1 by 7 I am writing here, plus then 4 by 7 square plus 9 by 7 cubes, that way I am writing the series, then again 16 by 7 power 4 dash 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 up to infinite. If I subtract S minus S by 7, S minus S by 7, that is 6S by 7, yes, no, this is 1, this 1 I am taking here. Now 4 by 7 minus 1 by 7, so it's 3 by 7 plus 9 minus 4, that is 5 by 7 square plus 7 by 7 cube plus 9 by 7 power 4 dash 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 up to infinite. Is that clear? So this is the technique where we solve such questions, and the students who are from maths background, they are very much familiar with these techniques. But this is the problem with non-maths background students, so no problem, don't worry students. After solving this by approach, I will explain the shortcut also, how to use percentage techniques to get the answer. Guys, 6s by 49, if I multiply by again 1 by 7, so it would be 6s by 49. If 1 is multiplied by 1 by 7, so it's 1 by 7 I am going to write here. 3 by 7 into 1 by 7, that is 3 by 7 square, then 5 by 7 cube, then 7 by 7 to the power 4, that way up to infinite. I think soon we will be able to get the answer by applying this technique. So 6s by 7 and 6s by 49, if I subtract, what do I get? LCM is what? 49. So 7 7 are 7 6 are 42s minus 6s. Yes, no, 1 plus 3 by 7 minus 1 by 7, that is 2 by 7 plus 5 minus 3, again 2 by 7 square plus 2 by 7 cube, 2 by 7 power 4, guys, up to infinity. Yes, no. So what do I get? 42s minus 6s, that is equal to 36s divided by 49 equal to this 1 plus 2 by 7 plus 2 by 7 square. So 1 plus, can I say this completely GP, geometric progression? If you have studied progression chapter, then there is a formula to add all this this type of series GP, that is infinite GP, with common ratio 1 by 7, which is less than 1. So first term divided by 1 minus, what is common ratio? 1 by 7. So can I say that 36s divided by 49, that is equal to 1 plus, this is basically 6 by 7. So can I write here 6 by 7, 7 cancels with this 7, 2 by 6 means 1 by 3 plus 1, that is 4 by 3. So this is equal to 4 by 3. So can I say this 4 9 ja 36, 49 I can cross multiply, and 9 3 are 27, so that is 49 by 27 is my answer finally. Is that clear? Now I would like to explain how to get the answer without this much work. Now look here, what is 1? This is our original series. 1 is 100%, so I am writing here 100%. Is that clear? 1 is my 100%. What is 1 by 7? 1 by 7 is 14.28%. So what is my 4 by 7? 4 by 7 is 4 times of that. That is approximately 14 4s are 56 and 0.28 4s are, that is approximately 1. Can I say this is 57% roughly? Yes, no. Now 9 upon 7 square. So 1 upon 7 square, 1 by 49, approximately 2% into 9, that is equal to 18% approximately. Is that clear, guys? And if I take this 16 upon 7 cube, so 16 upon 343, 16 upon 343, if roughly I take 350, and if I convert into percentage, 52s are 57 ja, 16 2s are 32 upon 7, 7 5s are 35, so it's approximately 5%. Is that clear? If I make the total of all these percentage, then what do I get? 100 plus 57, 157 plus 18, 167 plus 8, 175 plus 80, 180%. Yes, no? Is that clear? No problem in that. If I simplify this expression, 14 twos are 28, so it is slightly less than 28, so it's nearly 200%. Is that clear? Or I can say 27 by 14 means 1 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 14. I can write this way. Just imagine 14 twos are 28 minus 1, we are getting same thing. 2 is what? 200%, and what is 1 by 14? 7% approximately, so this result would be 193%, this first option. 193%. Is that clear, guys? Now you solve yourselves this thing, 21 by 13. So I am going to solve this only, 49 by 27. Is that clear, guys? So 49 by 27, can I write it 54 minus 5 by 27? So this is 200, sorry, 54 by 27 is 2. 2 minus 5 by 27, so 2 is what? 200%. And what is 5 by 27%? 25. If it is 25, then 1 by 25 is 4%. 4 5s are 20%. So approximately I am getting 180% by solving this thing, which is the answer option. Third one. The remaining options you solve yourself and you check it. So by applying these things mentally and using lot of approximation techniques with these percentages, you can get the problem solved, and you can get your solutions of the problems with minimum possible time. So guys, subscribe my channel and be on this channel and solve the problems as minimum time as possible. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.